Okay, where do you fall? When is his reign coming to an end?
I'm getting like 2 months.
King Charles, is your reign coming to an end within 2 months? Oh wow, that
Right,
hits.
right.
Is it due to the death of the physical body? Wow. Will you physically, will your heart still be beating in your body when your son William ascends to the throne? All right, so there's are you going to abdicate the throne? Or is your heart going to stop beating in the next 2 months? Lend me your time. We kept getting June before, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Will it be a sudden shock? I feel like it's a sudden shock. Like, it's like you expect somebody to die, but you sort of expect it. Okay, yeah, he's got this, and he doesn't look well,
Right,
but not today.
right,
And then today's that day.
right. For sure.
Um, what about? I wonder if Starmer's going to leave at the same time. Is Starmer's political career coming to an end? Is Keir Starmer's political career coming to an end?
Yes, it's giant. Yeah.
Do you know when?
So I feel it's not long after Prince Charles.
Oh, it always happens at the same time.
Right. It's not long after Prince Charles. Right,
And the
right,
scientists, good Lord, now there's 12.
right. Not all of the not all of them are related. Um, but there is a theme.
There's
Um,
a tie. There's a
yeah,
thread somewhere.
yeah, there I'm
There's a
agreeing.
thread.
Well, what the threat is to me, what it feels like, what the threat is someone's trying to push one narrative of UFO disclosure. And they're wanting to push a fear-based narrative because how are you going to keep control? The only way you're going to keep control is if you keep people scared. So,
Old thing. How do I control the masses?
right. And so if you push a fear-based narrative, but if there's no one who can refute you, then you can control the narrative. So I feel like, it's all about controlling the narrative, which is why I'm really hoping that McCaslin will be able to right the ship.
And I still feel his energy is alive. I feel he's still present within his body.
Yeah,
I think I think he's I keep hearing he's in protection.
protection. Yeah, yeah.
But these other people, I think nefarious hoodoo doers are.
Well, it feels
I don't know that all of them are. It feels like some of them are in protection, while others feel like, oh, somebody got to them. That's
right,
exactly how it's coming in.
right, and that's kind of what I would agree with. Um, so yeah, I just feel like there's a particular narrative that someone wants put forth, and it's about control and it's about fear. And
Mm.
and Dolores, always said, we don't need to be afraid of off-worlders because they're not here to hurt us. And as Dr. Greer said, if they really wanted to, they could have blown us to smithereens back in 1947 and called.
But I would still argue that even though there are good ones, I think there are negative ones too.
Oh, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that either. I think there are negative ones as well, just like human beings, you know? So,
but for the most part, I feel like, if the negative ones were either in number, right? There could be a number, then yeah, and I don't discount that they didn't have more power in past even civilizations.
Right.
We've talked about how the Anunnaki came down. Are they good or are they bad? Are there some good and some bad? I just think it's like a mix of any population.
Right.
Predominantly we're not all mass murderers, right?
Right.
And it's always just a small segment that are.
Right.
So I feel like that's sort of the category that they're in. So I can't blanket that all off-worlders are good and all off-worlders are demons. That sort of gives me that cringe factor.
Yeah, no.
In either direction.
Right.
Because it's just like they're just like any other population.
Yeah.
They may be more advanced, and we're probably more advanced than some other populations that we know nothing of. We're just at the beginning of the space age, really.
Right.
And it begs the question, how many civilizations have there been? It's a good question to ask.
Right.
Yeah. So I tuned into him. I feel his life force is really, really, really waning. And like I said earlier, it just feels like what to expect considering his health issue, but it feels like we expect that shoe to drop always later because you see him up, you see him moving around. And much like his mother, who met the new prime minister, within less than 48 hours, she was dead.
Right.
Of cancer. I mean, so you can see she's frail, but she, you don't expect somebody standing up there greeting the prime minister to be dead in less than, 48 hours.
Right.
And I sort of feel that's what's going to happen with King Charles. It feels like, he's just right there. And I know he's battling this stuff and, blah, blah, blah. Send prayers, whatever. Or, whatever. I know some people don't like him. But at any rate, it feels like he's here, then he's gone. And that's how I read the energy. And it feels sooner rather than later to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Same. Like he's here and you know what's coming, but it's going to happen sooner rather than later. For sure.
Yeah. So what did you get? Are you still, I know that we've done another video on King Charles. And I think the last time when we remote viewed it, we felt that June was a pivotal month for him.
Right.
I don't know exactly what the pivotal month was. We sort of interpreted that was his exit point.
Right.
Are you still holding to that right now?
Yeah. I still see it in 2 months approximately. It's kind of what I'm seeing.
That's how it comes in for me too. It's hard to, it's so hard to, to end of somebody. But what did everybody who's ever watching, if you love King Charles, say prayers for him. If you can see it, you can change it. So maybe he'll get the word from Dr. Campbell and change his medical direction. Let's just leave it there because we can't go into anything else above that. So how are you seeing when we're tuned into England or Great Britain? What are you getting for Keir Starmer? Before we go any further, let's elevate your journey, personal and cosmic. Meet your must-have companion, the Energy Healing Map at mdhmap.com. perfect for beginners and pros. It's your guide to clearing trapped emotional energies like ancestral or past life baggage, aligning your vibration with your goals. Imagine releasing old vibes to unlock new skills like remote viewing. With a clear energy field, you'll tap into the unseen. MDHmap.com helps you heal, grow, and explore your universe. Grab your energy healing map today, clear the past energies, and align your vibe, and see what's out there. Visit MDHmap.com now.
I am so impressed with this website, how well you've done it. You know, I worked in analytics, IT systems before, and I'm thinking, wow, this is a lot of work. And the navigation and to know and just the whole mapping, you must be a very analytical person because this is so well done. So, I love it. Thank you.
I'm getting there will be a shift of Prime Minister around the same time as Charles' exit. That's kind of what I
feel like when we talk about it, I feel like King Charles' arms are around Starmer. So does that mean? Oh, check that. Does that mean that Charles is sort of protecting, like a layer of protection? Is that why Starmer's so hard for even his own party? Are like, I don't know about you, Starmer. You know, he's not even popular amongst very many people, and yet he still holds on. And you're like, why are you holding on when your own party is like?
So I wish you could see my pendulum. It's crazy.
Is it?
Yeah, a big swing, yes. That Charles is a layer of protection for Starmer.
And see, that's why I always felt like the Queen protected Charles. So it's like Queen protects King, like in chess.
Mm-hmm.
And every time that I would tune in to Queen Elizabeth, it was over and over and over again. It's like Queen protects King. And it didn't make any sense until Charles ascended. And then Charles, in my opinion, and I'm an American, what do I know? It just feels like his whole reign has just been marred by one ugly thing after another. You know, his brother Andrew, you know, in that mix, you know, even King Charles being tied in with some very questionable people. We talked about that in the other video. People can go take a look at that. But it just seems like it's just been a reign of huge missteps.
Mm-hmm.
And so
it's like he's having to put out fires instead
whack-a-mole.
Instead of being able to focus on things that he would truly rather focus on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it hasn't helped with Harry and Meghan. I mean, if you want the private life and live in America, then go be an American and live your private life, you know?
Right.
But it's like this half in, half out. I want to be the Duchess, but I don't want to have Duchess duties, you know?
Yeah. Right.
And then, gosh, every time I tune into Prince Harry, it's almost that same level of anxiety that you and I were talking about another person had that recently passed. It was just such high depression and anxiety. And when I tune into Harry, this is how I'm feeling him. It's just so over the top anxious. All right, let's sum up on what we just talked about for our viewers. So the scientists, King Charles and Starmer. Why don't you sum up for us?
Okay, so when we were talking about the scientists, like we were saying, I feel like, you know, all of these scientists, there is a relating thread, and I think it's because someone wants to control the narrative of disclosure, and and they're wanting it to be more fear-based. And if you don't have anybody to refute it, then there you go. You can have your narrative. So that's kind of what we were talking about in our video on that aspect of the video here on the scientists. So, and then for King Charles, sadly, we could all see Charles is declining, and so, you know, when we remote view, we kind of got that Charles probably isn't going to be around a whole lot longer, maybe 2 months, maybe something pivotal in June is what we're looking at. And around the same time, that would probably see the end of Keir Starmer politically, because we both got that Charles was kind of a protector. So that's kind of, you know, where we stand.
So it'll be interesting. Our June remote view videos are going to be interesting. So
yeah,
the question is, will we be saying, look, we did it, we said it, or are we say, well, we missed that one? You never know, because if you can see it, you can change it.
Yeah,
so,
change it, and we can be wrong. So
so far, we haven't been too wrong. I mean, it has been kind of eerie how close we've hit. All right, what do we have up next?
Up next, we're going to keep it really light. We're going to remote view Dogman.
Yeah, is he real, or is it just legend? Let's take a look. All right, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss Dogman coming up. Thanks for watching.